Hey guys, how's it going? MasterBucks here, and welcome to my first FIFA 20 career mode, my first full career mode. And ladies and gentlemen, we are kicking things off with a Road to Glory. Road to Glories are easily the best career modes that you can do. They're the most exciting. You take a small club, you build them all the way up, and of course, as you all know, as I announced about a month or so ago, finally I can get it started. It's a Salford City career mode. I can't wait to get it started, but of course, something new this year to career mode is we have to set up a brand new manager. So this is the lad that I've got at the moment. I'm just gonna need to give me a couple of minutes. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna sort myself out, I'm gonna get myself looking fresh, and I'll show you off my manager in FIFA 20 for this Road to Glory career mode. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm looking like. I've gone for the grey shoes. I mean, you can question my fashion choices as much as you want, but I think this guy looks alright. We've got a grey shoes just because black, I don't know, just make things interesting. We're going to go with red socks. You can barely see the black slack pants. I've gone with the club vest, which, you know, is buttoned up because it looks nice. It's got the Newcastle badge on there at the moment. When we set up with Salford, it'll have the Salford badge. And I don't know why I've gone with the white tie. The white tie, for whatever reason, I don't know, in my opinion, looks like a bloody, like a mobster. Looks like he's about to, it looks like a hitman for something with the white tie. But I don't know, I rate it. We'll see what it looks like. I was thinking about the red tie. We'll mix things up. I'll take some suggestions. I know I'm not the biggest fashionista in the world, but that is my manager. And finally, here they are. Salford City, established in 1940, but in the last couple of years have pretty much been messing around in like the 7th tier of English football. In just only less than a decade, they have risen. At less than a decade is probably not even that accurate or that fair. In like 5 or 6 years, they've gone from like the 7th, 8th, whatever tier, all the way up to League bloody 2, the 4th tier of English football. They're doing a Road to Glory in real life. They are on their way. I mean, they're definitely maybe finding their level in League 2 in real life, but we are going to take Salford City, hopefully all the way. And because I want this to be a legit, genuine challenge, I want this to be a real, every success we get in this career mode has to be earned and celebrated. I'm starting this year on Ultimate Difficulty. That is going to be such a pain, especially playing with low-rated players. We may struggle for a bit. I hope you're prepared for that. But when we come good, it's going to be glorious. And here it is, the first season under J-Bucks, the Salford City manager. We are going to actually do one of these preseason tournaments because now that we're an actual team that doesn't have too much cash, we're actually going to need to compete in these tournaments because it'll actually be massive for us. This is the Salford City squad. We have got a 5 at the back formation, which is interesting. We could maybe stick with this so long as we're able to get the wing backs up and, you know, actually assisting, whipping and crosses to our strikers. If we can make that happen, I'll actually trial the 5-3-2 because obviously I would assume it's the best formation with the players that we have right now. We have some okay players, I tell you what, for League 2. No 70-plus rated players, but some players that are knocking on the door. We got bloody Rooney up top. I know this man came for a fair bit of money, going from like the SP, like the Scottish League, down to League 2. That's crazy. But yeah, you've got Tau there, Maynard, Whitehead, Toure, Piergiani, Pond, Hogan, Wiseman, and their goalkeeper is Chris Neal. I know that they had a goalkeeper before that was, no, he's not here anymore. I forget what his name is. I think it was Max Crocombe, who was like a Kiwi or something. But either way, we've got Roy Gaffney, Tom Walker, Lloyd Jones. I have done Football Manager saves with this team so much. I've gone in like 20 years in Football Manager, taking this team to winning the Premier League, the Champions League. This is such a good team to do a career mode with. I am so happy that they're in FIFA. And I cannot wait to shape that team to my liking and bring in some players that I would prefer. But for now, just leave it with me and I'll tell you if I make any big changes to the starting 11. In the end, I didn't actually do too much. There's only 2 new players into the starting 11, in their back 5 that is. We've got Burgess replacing Liam Hogan, who is an older, slower centre-back for a higher rated, younger centre-back, and with dynamic potential. I'm ready to play as many young players as possible, really, even if they're a couple of overalls lower, because I'm hoping dynamic potential will shoot them all the way up to a good overall. And then we've got Threlkeld, if that is how you pronounce it, just to change it right back as well for Scott Wiseman. I should also tell you what the substitutes look like. We have got these subs for the moment. Jones is 25, Smith is 23, but I might go with Jones just for now. I know that Smith is actually, I'm changing my mind. Only because Smith is a little bit more of a better, more well-rounded player. He could really fill any position in that midfield 3. Gaffney on the bench. And I got to show you something too. We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikers. We can probably let two of those go. And we're probably going to need to bring in a few more defenders and maybe some midfielders. But to be honest, I don't really have any big signings that I want to make straight away. And especially with the lack of cash that we have, I don't really think that'd be smart. Instead, what I think I'm going to do is spend some of the money that I have. As you can see, the budget's a little over 2 million and the wage about 30k. I reckon with some of the players only 60 something overall in my starting 11, it would actually be very good for me to just try to get as many good, high quality youth players as possible, and they will obviously, with dynamic potential, if I put them straight in the starting 11, shoot all the way up. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'm going to start off by hiring. I don't want to blow all my budget on, getting like a really good scout. I would like to pick up 2 scouts, maybe not 3. And so far I've not been given much. I've been given a Russian scout and a Norwegian scout. The only English scout that we have is crap. He's got 1-star experience, 1-star judgment. Tell you what, fine. We're going to sell some players and bring in some revenue. I'm going to spend money on a Norwegian scout here, Anderson, and I'm hoping that the other scout that I end up getting, who the other lad's got 4-star experience, 2-star judgment, I'm hoping this guy's English and has good overall or good ratings. No, he doesn't. Oh, man. I don't want to get an English scout that's that poorly rated. I would like to at least get someone. I can go for Kaya or Kuznetsov, a Russian scout. I don't know. I would like to send a scout to England, and I think it would be beneficial. I mean, you're just meant to get an English scout to go to England, but maybe I'll go against the trend here. I'm going to go and get Angelos Kaya. I'm going to go for the Greek scout. Why not? And just because I want my best scout scouting in England, I'll set up my Norwegian scout to go to England. We're going to send him away for 9 months, and even costing, that's going to cost us a fair chunk of our budget. We're spending so much of it in the youth academy. It's like crazy. And Kaya, I mean, I could send him to Greece, but instead, maybe I'll send them. I'm actually going to keep things relatively domestic. I mean, let's not go too crazy. We are only a League 2 team to start. We'll send this man to Scotland. I mean, flags look kind of close enough. They've got the same colours. I'm sure I don't know. So $250,000 we're spending to send our Greek scout with 2-star experience and 2-star judgment to Scotland. Hopefully, those two can do okay for us, but now it is time to give some training drills. We don't exactly have many promising players, like at all. The symbol, the logo is not there. I'm instead just going to pick some younger players that I would like to really train up and try to target and try to hopefully play plenty of games with, do really well with, get their potentials really soaring. And I'm going to start with this lad here, one of the strikers I've got starting. This man is 6'5", and he's actually one of the quickest strikers in the team. So I really want to get him up to a pretty good level. We'll give him adept attacking scenarios, and I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go through and just fill the other 4 with a few other players. The other players I've ended up going with are Whitehead, a more of a center attacking midfielder like player. That's how I'd like to have him and so I'm going to work on some of his attacking scenarios as well. Burgess, my younger centre-back, who's actually decently rated for this team. I'm going to work on his defending. Threlkeld, I'm going to work on his pace because he's actually the slow right back compared to Torre, who's at left back. So instead for him, I'm not going to give him the race against the clock drill. We'll give him defending stats or defending drills as well. These are going to be the 5 I'm going to give drills to start off with. And so far, relatively okay to get things going. Now then, let's actually advance ahead now. I'm going to go to the first game of our preseason tournament. I'm going to simulate here. When I simulated playing career mode before, it would just skip all the way to the end. I'm hoping that that's not the case now. We are soon going to find out. We voiced our concerns about this. Does it skip straight toward the end? Yes, it does. Oh, goodness. Come on, man. I thought we were hopefully going to get that fixed up. Apparently not. God damn, we even picked up an injury to our captain, a hyperextended knee, so he's out for a week, but he will be back. And speaking of our captain, Nathan Pond, he comes and greets us. Of course, player morale so massive this year. Got to make sure that my players and my team are happy. We've got work to do. Yeah, that's bloody true. So we will be transfer listing these 2, and hopefully we can sell them on. I don't imagine they're going to be worth an awful lot though, but still, hopefully it'll bring in some cash. Yeah, they're both only a little over 100k. This lad's got a release clause just over $250,000, and this lad, who's only 18, to be fair to him, I mean, they're both quite young. They're both 18, but I'm going to let them both go. Okay, these guys lost their last game, so hopefully we can get back-to-back Okay, these guys lost their last game. Hopefully we can win this one. Otherwise, I'm starting to doubt we're getting out the group. How are we going to go? We got a draw in our first game, our first non-competitive game, and it's another draw. 1-1 draws for days, boys. Come on, when are we going to get that W, that first elusive win? Amazingly, somehow, we're still second in the standings. So hopefully if we can actually win this game against the team that's on top, we'll book our spot in the next, into the knockouts. Come on, boys. We need this one. They've won all their other games, but can we come through and pick up, my goodness, a hat-trick for Tao? How about it? The number 17, you bloody beauty, son. And we are into the next round. Get in, lads. Even just that is going to help us out financially with just that little bit of cash. We can sign a couple of Youth Academy players with that, and hell, maybe even make an actual proper transfer too. Have a look at that. It ends up being a whole $400,000, and when we had a starting budget of $2 million, that's almost a fifth or 20% increase on our starting budget. Hell yeah, that's how much that little amount of cash is worth to a team like ours. And we've already got a transfer offer, $120K. All right, well, it turns out that's pretty much what he's worth, but could I maybe just squeeze out a little bit more for him? Let's see if we can maybe grab just that little bit more. And of course, our office maybe isn't as flash. We're only a humble League 2 team, but let's see if we can make something happen here. I feel like if I ask them for like 200,000, that's going to be like almost insulting, because that's almost double what they're worth. You've got to play it so safe now. Let me propose a new transfer fee, and I'm going to keep it humble. 160 to start, and I know we're going to be literally bartering over tens of thousands of dollars when I'm used to in previous career modes making like $100 million offers, so this is going to be a change to start for sure. They come back at 130. Let's call it 140, walk out the door, shake hands. Let's do it. Will they go for it? By the way, just looking absolutely fire in the yellow tie. We don't want the negotiation to fall through. That's what I'm talking about. You're coming in here with your pink, your purple suit, your black tie. I'm looking on fire, son. And that is that deal done. He's gone for 140,000. I'm sure he's going to probably end up being worth like $1 million or $2 in the future, but whatever. We just need the money now. We've now reached the semi-finals of this little European International Pre-Season tournament that we've got going on. We'll sim it again, hopefully make the final, and if we do, I'm playing the final. Will we get through to this grand final? Will we do it? Come on, we are the away side, but it doesn't matter. And this time the goals are spread out. 3-1 win again, Torre our left back, and both the strikers ended up getting goals. Come on. And look at that, another $500,000 just added into the budget. That is massive for us. And if we can go on and win the final, that'll be even bigger. There's maybe one thing I forgot to really show you as well, and that is actually my global transfer network. I've got 3 scouts here. Harvey Griffiths in England. We've got a scout in Spain, and then I've got a scout there that's just sort of floating around ready to scout other players from outside of these other countries. Now, we are getting a little bit of budget together. Maybe I should go in and grab a few more scouts for like dirt cheap. As a matter of fact, I'm probably going to do it. It'll cost me nothing to fire them, and it's almost nothing to sign them. But just so that way we have scouts in the 5 biggest countries in the world. And when I say that, I mean the biggest footballing countries in terms of the top 5 leagues. So Isaac Murray, I'm going to send to like France. Fabio Barros or whatever, we can send him to like Italy or something. And then Joseph McGuinness can go to Germany. Sean Bennett, we can just sort of have him floating around and looking at players from outside of those leagues. And I'm going to have these guys looking for these 3. I'm giving these guys these 3 instructions. I'm looking for players in the last year of their contract, first team quality in the age range that I can get pre-contracts for, and then just players that are youngish, like minimum of 16, and don't necessarily have to be first team quality, of course. I just want to find those young, promising players that we can really, hopefully, soar up with a dynamic potential. And then, of course, you have not only just that, but I'm looking for specifically young players that are promising, that already have good high potentials, that maybe we could even make even better. But the final is here. We are playing against Chindia here. I'm not even sure what country they are from, but they're our opponents, and we are going to be... Hey, look, they are obviously a team that I'm not sure a lot of us have heard of, but still, I'm playing it on ultimate difficulty. The entire career mode, ultimate difficulty. This is going to be such a challenge, but if we can somehow pull it out the bag and get our first win in the first game I'm actually playing with Salford City, get that extra bit of cash, that'll be absolutely massive. Ladies and gentlemen, first game with Salford City. Here we go. Here we go then. The Salford City career mode really begins right here. Who are going to be the big new names? Who are going to be the heroes of this career mode? Already playing for a little bit of silverware to start off the career mode. And I'm not going to call it a title, but a little something to chuck in the trophy cabinet, even if it is a friendly tournament. I don't know any of the names in their team at all, at bloody all, but I cannot underestimate them because this is an ultimate team that we're going up against. But our side, Neil, the back 5, I'm going to see how we go. I've instructed my fullbacks and my wingbacks to really hopefully get up. Hopefully they do that. Whitehead, Maynard, Tao, who's actually my leading goal scorer. Desuvray, I need to work on that. And Adam Rooney. We are underway with the first game of this Salford City Road to Glory career mode. Do we get the W? They're just doing a really damn good job of holding possession and waiting for a moment like this. Are they going to whip the cross in? Jesus, imagine if that found a way to sneak underneath Chris Neal there. The header cannot be won. My players are just not even jumping for it. In the middle, work it out wider. There's men open in the box, but unfortunately they were offside. Could go for a special goal immediately, but no. Maynard shot, or the cross was blocked. Long legs of Maynard. It's a foul, though. I can't get the ball off them. This is ridiculous. Towel now to the left-hand side, and Torre's got pace. We're going to hopefully use it. And he has got enough to get away here, although they're going to catch him. My goodness me. And in the ball, it wouldn't bounce nicely for him. Jesus, all right. He just, it's like he just turned on a switch and just caught us easily. I don't know. Their defense is always so set. 1-2 play. Fake shot. Oh, he's kind of in here. We can go for it. And I think, is it just off target? It may have been blocked a tad, but I didn't see a name come up. No, that's just gone over the crossbar. Getting him to do the old run around there. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Good save by Neil, but Jesus, wake up, guys. I wasn't controlling anyone in my back five there, and it's a huge gap that's opened up for him. And can I get any help from the AI there, please? Oh, he's tried something there. It's going to be another foul. Oh, the referee in this game has given me nothing. The slightest bit of contact is a fucking foul. Oh, boys, if they get it off of this, off of that tiny little bump, and the header is right up in the air. Does he want to jump for it? Oh, yes, he does. Torre. Can we go quick here? No, we're not going to have time. Fair enough. 0-0. Oh, I'm finding it tough. God damn. Why did I think ultimate difficulty was a good idea? Jesus. I am struggling against Romanian farmers. This is not a good look. Oh, man, this season's going to be so tough. This damn career mode's going to be so tough. Threlkeld. Looking to keep it on the deck for now. Not bad at all. Oh! Danny Whitehead, ladies and gentlemen, the first goal scorer of the Salford City career mode. You bloody beauty. That was a really nice low cross into the box there. Didn't want to cross it first time. And a little touch in between the gap there. Not perfectly finished, not exactly in the side netting, but enough to beat the keeper. Had to hit it first time with the defender closing in, but we take the lead in the final. Danny Whitehead has got it. The first guy I score with in this career mode. Remember that name because it's going to be some trivia one day. Maynard. Oh, brilliantly. All the time in the world! And blasted it again! But Danny Whitehead's done it again! Oh, you champion! 2 now for Salford City. 2 for that man, Danny Whitehead. And we just gave him all the time in the world. Played that brilliantly. Look, making it patient. That's a brilliant run from Danny Whitehead too. Right into the space. It's perfect. All it took was a simple little layoff and a blast of a finish. Again, not perfectly in the side netting, but just too much power. Oh, dearie dear. They're going to have to make changes, and you know what? I'm going to do the same, actually. I am going in right here. I'm making several changes. I've got like 4 or 5 changes right there. I've taken off Pond. I've taken off, let's see who else. I've taken off Rooney, taken off Maynard, and a couple of others. But we're getting a look at some players on our bench here. Look at that back 5. Nice and set. Good to see. The formation's actually been pretty good so far, although I'd like my fullbacks to get up a little bit more. And they're playing it around now. Rata with a shot. Oh, wow. Heavy touch. Burgess. Little bump. And the referee doesn't say it's a foul. It's a goddamn miracle. Thank you. Don't let him get the space. Oh, are you kidding me? He's just... Oh, goddamn it. I was about to start praising him. Now I have to slate him again. But he makes another tackle. He's just padding his stats at this point now, isn't he? Tao. Off to Smith. We have a bit of momentum. There's a gap there. We time it through brilliantly. Desuvray, goal! I don't think I absolutely banged the pronunciation of that man's name, but I've banged in the goal and made it 3-0, and we are taking home another, what, cheeky $500,000. Thought it might have even been offside, with the left foot, sorted out his feet, and that's in the side netting. That is a top finish. Was that Danny Whitehead with the assist as well? I don't even know. But there we go, boys. It is a win in our first game. Ultimate difficulty. Yeah, the games will get tougher when we face better teams, but I think this is a good level to start if I'm winning at 3-0. Come on. There will be no 4th goal. It is instead a 3-0 victory to begin this Salford City career mode. Get in, lads. A little bit of extra cash and a nice little, something to start off the career mode. But hopefully the bigger and better trophies are around the corner. I've got my Tim Payne right here, my temporary captain, Carl Piergianni here to lift up the trophy. This will be a nice way to end the first episode, won't it? Lifting already a little piece of silverware. Get in, boys. The Salford City career mode, it is well and truly underway. There we have it, 3-0 victors. And yeah, that's not a bad way to start the career mode. Not a bad way to end the first episode. Almost 700 grand more in the budget. And we'll take a look now and see how much we're working with. We've pretty much gone right back to where we were in terms of budget, if not bloody hell, even more after our success in the pre-season tournament. League 2 games only about 2 weeks away in game, and I'm going to have the next episode coming out very, very shortly. Hopefully, maybe even same day, if not very next day, don't you worry. And by the way, I'll throw this in there. The camera quality, I know on this it's just webcam, but I've actually got I got my hands on FIFA 20 a little earlier than I imagined I would, so I didn't have enough time to properly set up my camera. The camera quality is actually going to be a little bit better too, a little crisper. Hope you appreciate that too. But we are about to get well and truly underway with this Salford City career mode, lads. We're about to get well and truly underway with this Salford City career mode until the next episode, where we begin our League 2 campaign and play our first competitive games. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already for this Salford City Road to Glory career mode. Till the next one, my name is MasterBucks. Have a good one.